So I'm the director of production for Defonte. I am responsible for the design development of any new products. And I don't know if your father has told you, it's a very new company. What we're doing is we're developing chocolate, and I'm finding ways to package those chocolates. What I wanted was to be a fashion designer and to live in New York and to be surrounded by beautiful clothes and just parties and everything. It was very unrealistic of me at the time. And I had my own apartment and having to make, pay bills. And I remember my father saying to me, how are you going to do that with this crazy notion of fashion illustration? So I said to him, to make him happy, all right, I'll go back and I will go and get a degree that will allow me to get a job in advertising, and then I'll pursue my fashion down the line. And I never went back to fashion. I fell in love with the production part of design. So how many of us actually are doing the job that we graduated from? Not. Life kind of takes you down different paths, and those paths are a wonderful way for you to see. Not all of them are going to lead you to where you want to, right? But it's this chance to kind of take a look at typography. Oh, that's something I didn't consider, right? Or designing for an airline, the outfits that they wear, all of that is part of the design process. So you have to be your own. You have to like what you're doing, right? You can't judge yourself from other people. I mean, yeah, they'll motivate you and they'll push you to be better, but ultimately it's the way you feel. You have to love it. You have to know that this is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. My job at Apple. I worked there for about 13 years, and I pretty much did everything from card design to window displays to visual merchandising inside the stores to book typography. It had a little bit of everything, so it was a really good experience for me to have a bit of everything, so that now that in this job I'm able to recognize what works and what doesn't. Challenging would be to find packaging that hasn't been designed yet. So creating something new, that's the challenge for me. And the most rewarding is working with my vendors and working with people who are making chocolate. From all over. I love Pinterest. Especially right now, we're looking at store design. So the collective ideas that people have and they're sharing is very inspirational to me. I look at architecture, a lot of architecture, and I'm always looking at fashion design. So just what the trends are. Reliability. No. I would have to say the ability to communicate. I look for people who aren't typical. hard to explain it. It's a feeling that you get when you sit down and you interview someone. You see just the way they think, when they respond to a question, graphic designers always have a book where they have their portfolio, right? And so you can kind of see what they've done and what the potential is of them. Yeah. My approach is always sitting down and talking about it and just communicating what my expectations are. I think sometimes when you have problems with employees, it's because you're not clear about what you're looking for from them, and that ambiguity causes unease. So if you're very clear about what the expectation is, then you shouldn't have a problem. Just feel that if those moments do arise, they're easily remedied by a one-on-one conversation. Yeah. I think in the creativity part of it, if you don't, then they're just executing something that you could do. So then why hire them? You're hiring them because they're bringing their vision, they're bringing their ideas to the table. Yeah. And to micromanage someone, it would be futile because why would you then need that, right? I am the type of person who knows what I want. I know what I'm after, and there are many ways to approach that. Like, how many paths can you take to get to Union Square? Many, right? So we all kind of have our own ways, and that sometimes just needs to come out. It needs to evolve. And if you're telling someone the path that they should take, well, you're not really allowing them to express themselves. To be a good communicator, to be patient, because in design there are a lot of criticisms, so you have to be able to roll with it and to bounce back. To be inspired every day by the beautiful things that you see. To persevere, to keep going regardless of the obstacles.